Hi, this is Teacher Wright and welcome to another lesson in Creative Nonfiction. Lesson 7, Presenting a Commentary or Critique. Objective. At the end of this lesson, the learner should be able to present a commentary or critique on a chosen creative nonfictional text representing a particular type or form using a teacher-made nonfiction commentary model. Subject matter, Lesson 7, Presenting a Commentary or Critique. Part 1, Activation of Prior Knowledge. So what comes to your mind when you encounter the word critique? Fill in the graphic organizer below with words that you can relate to the term critique. Part 2, Acquisition of New Knowledge. A critique is a short paper, usually about one book or article. First, it gives a short summary of what has been said in the article. Then, it looks at the article critically. In presenting the critical comments, one has to look into the strengths and weaknesses of the article. A critique can be positive or negative. However, it is better that the critique points out to improving the article. Why do we write critiques? Writing a critique on a work helps us to develop a knowledge of the work's subject area or related works, an understanding of the work's purpose, intended audience, development of argument, structure of evidence or creative style, and a recognition of the strengths and weaknesses of the work. How to start a critique. Number 1, read the whole book or article thoroughly. Highlight text that you think is important or make notes as you go along. Reread the article to make sure that your interpretation of the author's ideas and arguments are correct. Number 2, think carefully about what you have read and ask yourself questions about the article. Look into the following. What are the main points that the author is trying to make? How does the author support those points? What evidences are being presented? Number 3, reread material to make sure that you have understood the author's ideas. Number 4, try to summarize what you have read. You may wish to do this by way of bullet-pointed notes, a spider diagram, or mind map. Use whichever techniques suits you. And number 5, think about different points of view. How do the author's ideas compare to other writers of the subject? Do you agree or disagree with the author? You should say why. This might mean backing up your own views with academic opinion, so you will need to read around the subject area. To critique a piece of writing is to do the following. Describe. Give the reader a sense of the writer's overall purpose and intent. Analyze. Examine how the structure and language of the text convey its meaning. Interpret. State the significance or importance of each part of the text. And assess. Make a judgment of the work's worth or value. Since a critique falls under the category of essays, it follows the main parts of it. So a critique also has an introduction, a body, and a conclusion. So this is a sample critique template for nonfiction. So for the introduction, this is where you mention the general idea or thesis statement in the article. So here you state the title of the work, the author's name, and the date of publication. You outline main ideas of the book and identify the author's thesis. And you state your own thesis statement and your main idea about the work. So for example, you can begin with the introduction with the article. So you mentioned about the title, Narratives of Intercultural Transformation by Ingrid Adams is informative and insightful because the author. Okay, so that's how you should do the introduction. The body includes the summary and analysis of the article. So when summarizing, you can briefly outline the main ideas of the book, article, or film. It should involve who, what, where, when, why, and how. And you may also choose to discuss a structure, style, or point of view of the writer. So you can begin the body with these phrases. This article is about, the author argues that, the research was, the main points are, the authors conclude. When giving your analysis, you can critically state what you like and do not like about the book, article, or film. You can explain your ideas with specific examples from the book, article, or film. Assess whether the author has achieved their intended goal. The analysis may look at whether the work is focused, understandable, persuasive, clear, informative, original, exciting, interesting, well-written, directed at the appropriate conclusions, and more. And the analysis is made up of several different paragraphs. So for the conclusion part, this contains the overall interpretation or evaluation of the article studied. In some circumstances, recommendations for improvement on the work may be appropriate. So this is the overall interpretation, or it can also include the relationship of particular interpretations to subject as a whole, critical assessment of the value, worth, or meaning of the work, or both negative and positive. So you can begin your conclusion with the following phrases. You must read this book because, or this article is not useful because, or in conclusion, the article, okay? And then you can have your own style in ending your conclusion. So let's now proceed to the part 3, which is application. So here you are going to fill in the boxes with the information that is asked about you. So for the first box, you write one thing that you really do not understand about critiques. Second box, 2 things you want to ask about critiques. And the third box is you have to write here the 3 things that you have learned about critiques. So for the part 4 assessment exercise, you're going to read the article to be reviewed, and you're going to complete the information in the table that follows. So the article to be reviewed is entitled A Damaged Culture, a critique of James Fallow's article on Filipinos. So you may click the link in the description on this video for the activity sheet. For the enrichment activity, you're going to write a critique of the given type of creative non-fictional text. So use the teacher model template in presenting your critique. So the article that you have to critique is online learning more effective than classroom learning? So please refer to the activity sheet. So just click the link in the description on this video. So there ends our lesson in creative nonfiction. This is lesson 7, presenting a commentary or critique. So this has been Teacher Right. So hope to see you again. See you on the next video. Bye bye for now.